bust a pig, set up, run it up, round it up, count it up. Hey, honey, like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell him we need more. 30 on my wrist, one point to God.
Big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers. Big numbers. 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Blue hunts.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the sunshine, ready to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end.
Break.
53, check 53.
Break's going to travel.
Man up, deep.
Five.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first.
Defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 52.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
Hey, orbit.
Safety's creeping.
Slam.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, Charlie.
36.
Hey, alert 3.
Get it.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
80 weapon.
Number 10.
Check 4.
Hey.
Rush in.
Ready.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So now 2 pick 6s that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing the second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter games turn into bigger runs later.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Fournette, a first down carry. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Man, I got you. Check the backer, check the backer.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Levante David, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Ready up.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check.
Snap.
Fournette running out of the gun. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Wait, that. Wait, Eddie.
What's the run? They're running it.
Check that. Alert. Hey, check it.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
He's coming. We got double up.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, check it. Hey, both 66.
To throw is Brady. Going deep this time for Miller. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Brady. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it'll be 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. From 8 yards out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Through with a juke. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
On On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On third down, Fournette. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another first and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Now Minshew on first and 10. Caught here by Conley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the... But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Minshew sets to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. That throw by Brady incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On second and 10, Brady, he's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 36.
Hey, wahoo!
Throwing on first down is Brady. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your...
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devin White in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Minshew. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Minshew, 1st and 10. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Lambeau will put this one through. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm.
It's a foot race. Complete. Richardson has it. Touchdown. Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive.
Still, got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
We got this.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
6-6, bullet high.
You got nothing.
Hey, echo.
Check.
From the 30 on second down, Minshew. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense, great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Ready?
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason Pierre-Paul racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
72.
Mine's 59. Mine's 59.
Ozzy.
Brady now on first down. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what...
Lamar Miller, the 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Lamar Miller, 76 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds.
And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 56 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Levante David. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. He spins free. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Going up top. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Miller. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Wait, 20. Check it.
Rip right.
Bang, check it.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason Pierre-Paul, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
You ain't doing nothing.
2nd and long. Got his man, it's Eifert. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And now he's got him in a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. Fournette. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. On the run, a loss of 1.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they? Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Wait, set. Green 80. Hey, gold 66.
Get that ball.
Alert.
A first down carry now for Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.